Hello, fellow Chuckin' friends. Welcome to Tuesday night. Tuesday, right? Tuesday. It's Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday. Yes, it's Tuesday. Hello, welcome. I'm Macon Maria. I'm your independent Chalk Couture designer, and it's Tuesday night, and we are gonna whip up some fun Club Couture transferring this evening. Hello, Terry. Hello, Jane. Welcome to our Chuckin' party. So tonight's project is going to be super fun because I got my envelope in the mail. Oh my gosh, this is like Christmas every time this little envelope arrives. Check it out, it's even pretty. You know, look at how pretty the envelope is. It's inspirational, some of the colors on this envelope, I do have to say. But it's super fun. I'm going to apologize in advance if you hear a very loud noise. My husband is in his happy place, which becomes my happy place, and he's cutting boards for me in the room next to me. So you may hear the table saw as we go this evening. But we are going to, I didn't even open it. I waited for you guys. It's super hard to wait for you guys to open up this envelope, I do have to say. But this, I have seen a sneak peek picture of him in here, and he is so darling. So let's talk about Club Couture for a quick second here. So Club Couture is a monthly subscription service where for $19.99 a month you get 3 paste packets of 3 different colors and a B size transfer, which is an 8.5 by 11 transfer. Like magic, it comes in this beautiful little envelope. Yours is a little thicker because it has paste packets in it. Mine doesn't come with the paste packets. But it comes in this cute little envelope like magic, delivered to your door, and it's just like a little bit of guaranteed sunshine in your life right here. Because you don't have to think about it, you don't have to pick colors, you don't have to pick a transfer, you just have to figure out what are you going to put it on. So it's a super fun little something for yourself every month. Hey Lynn, welcome to our Chuckin' party. Hey Michelle, welcome everybody. Alright, so let's quick talk about what Chalk Couture is so that you know it makes some sense as to what I'm talking about. We are chalking the halls, walls, accents, and accessories of homes across America. We were created to be designed, loved, and repeated for every season and any reason, and we bring easy high-end DIY home decor directly to you. And we do that by offering reusable adhesive silkscreen transfers, Chalkology paste, couture ink, surfaces you can create on, and accessories to make chalking super fun. So that's what we're doing here tonight. So let me show you what we got going on here. So we have this really cute little envelope, and in it is our monthly transfer. So like I said, every month this just comes like magic, delivered to your door with 3 paste colors, and this month's came with Storm, Almond, and Guava, which is a very fun color. Hey Cheryl, hey Linda, welcome to our Chuckin' party everybody. So I always wait for you guys to open up my envelope because I have seen them in advance, so I do know what's in it, so I'm not completely surprised by what we get in here, but it's just a lot of fun to get this little package every month. So this month's is adorable, and I think it has some really nice pieces that will go well with some of our other transfers that we have gotten in the month. Oh, he is so stinking cute. Look at him. He's a hedgehog. Isn't that just the funniest darn thing you've ever seen? A hedgehog. Like, who thinks to make a transfer with a hedgehog on it, right? So it has this adorable little hedgehog on it that comes in 3 pieces. So he has a body, a face, and then you can give him like a colored nose and I guess eyeball would be the, nose and eyeball. And then he says looking sharp. And this looking sharp, first of all, I love the font on this. And I think this could look really cool like with our sunglasses from Hello Summer, which was another, bless you, which was another monthly Club Couture transfer. So a lot of the club transfers have pieces with them that go with previous month's transfers. So it's kind of one of those really nice ways to kind of grow and build your arsenal of transfers in a very inexpensive, no-brainer kind of way. It just like magic arrives to your doorstep, and voila, you have a project to create, and then pieces go together with other months. So you're just kind of building that group so that your creativity can just go crazy. You can completely get creative, mix and match, do different things. It's just, possibilities are endless with this stuff, right? Okay, so I'm actually going to throw my envelope away, which pains me. Usually I save them. Isn't that pathetic? I know. You can say it, ladies. I need a life. Why am I saving the envelope? envelopes, but because they're so pretty, that's why I saved my envelope. So I hadn't seen him, so I wasn't quite sure which transfer we should do him on, and I really was thinking our super cute little circle board. Oh yeah, he'll fit. So this is our white circle board, and this is a white chalkboard. So this, my phone is ringing. I'm going to tell him, Jane, that you said bless you. But anyways, this is a white chalkboard, and it's washable. So there was an actual different transfer on this chalkboard that I washed off before I hit the live button. So this is a really nice reusable surface. So it kind of gives you that opportunity to play with transfers, but you don't have to love it forever. You can love it till next month's transfer comes, which is what's kind of nice about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut our transfer out, and it has the lines to cut it. So it kind of guides you as to where to cut. Now our little hedgehog guy is 3 pieces. So we're going to layer him. And layering, I would tell you, is kind of chalking 102, not 101. So when you layer, it's just something that you have a few additional steps to versus when you're just putting a transfer down and chalking over it. So it just gives you, and this one has 3 layers, so you're going to get a lot of practice with this one layering. The other super nice thing about the transfers is they have these registration marks on them. So that helps you line them up when you lay it down. You're going to do his body, and then you're going to line up the registration marks, and then his head will be in the perfect spot versus him being cockeyed, which is, if there were no registration marks, y'all know me. That's what would happen, right? He would be totally crooked. So I have gotten way ahead of myself. If you could please send my video out into the world, I would greatly appreciate it. It helps me tremendously when you do that. So if you can hit that button, I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. If you are interested in the club at all, or if you'd like to see previous month's transfers or information about how you would join, you can comment club in the comments, and I will send you the information so that you have it for how to be part of the club. This is an exclusive transfer. Only club members can get this transfer. You can't buy it otherwise, and that's how all of the transfers are. So if you join the club this month, this is not the transfer you're going to get. You're actually going to get next month's transfer. So there's a little bit of a delay when you first join the club. They do give you a one-time option to purchase this transfer if you choose to, but you don't have to. Otherwise, nothing happens until next month on September 5th. They charge your credit card $19.99 a month, and they mail out your package. So you wouldn't actually start until next month unless you purchase this kit separately, or this transfer separately. So that's how the club works. But I would be more than happy to send you information about it. And second to last, if you're interested in joining my VIP group, which is where we do fun specials, we play games, we do all kinds of great stuff in the VIP group, you want to comment, add me, and I will get you the link to join it. And if you want to see these amazing products, whew, this is a lot, right? You go to www.chalkcouture.com/MakeandMaria, and you can see all the transfers, all the pastes, all the squeegees, my beautiful new mat. Did anybody notice my beautiful new mat? The company just came out with these. I love it because it's so much bigger than the other mat that I was using, and it's not glass, where my other mat was glass, and I was always worried I was going to break something on it. So I can't wait to test this bad boy out. But you can see all the products at www.chalkcouture.com/MakeandMaria. Okay, that's enough yapping, right? I've covered everything. Okay. Whew. So let's get to chalking. So first thing I'm going to do before I do anything, I've cut my transfer out. I've set it aside. I'll put it over here so you can see it. I'm going to set my transfer aside. I have all my squeegees right in front of me, ready to go. I'm going to open up my chalk paste. Now, if you do the club, you actually get paste packets, which are little tiny, like ketchup-looking containers or packets, and you would need them. So you're just going to squish them around to get them going. But in my case, I'm going to stir because I have big jar containers. Hello, Debbie. Hey, Kathy. Welcome, welcome. Hey, oh, thank you for sharing, Cheryl. I appreciate that. Hey, Janine, welcome to our chalking party. We're doing Club Couture tonight. And I'm going to stir up my storm. So I have almond, I have storm, and I have guava. Just a very, very pretty, bright color. Now don't look at my sweater. I taught a class today, and I remembered all the reasons why I love my Mister bottle, because I didn't want to risk breaking it, and I only have one, so I did not take it to the class with me. I took my old faithful, you know, the green ones I've always used, my spray bottles. And sure, if I didn't go to stir up my first chalk and have it spray all over me. That is why I love this bottle. It mists gently into the air. It's just so much nicer than wearing your chalk paste because you squirted too hard, which, you know, I'm not a careful person, so that tends to happen to me. So I did once again remember today why this lovely water bottle was, I'm so thankful that it entered my life, because now I didn't have it. And lo and behold, I'm stuck. All right, so I'm digressing. Hey Carol, welcome to our Chalk and Party Day. We're making this absolutely adorable little hedgehog guy. He's not a porcupine. He is a hedgehog, I've been told. I wouldn't know the difference, but somebody way smarter than me knows the difference. And we are going to start by kind of figuring out where we're going to put him on our surface. Okay, so we're going to kind of stick him in the middle, and I think we're going to put the Looking Sharp underneath him. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transfer, I'm going to flip them all over, and I'm going to write on the back of them what they are, so that when I go to store them later, this is really easy for me. So I just write on the back with a Sharpie the name of the transfer, or the name of the piece. So this is his nose and eyeball, I think. Maybe. Nose and cheek. Not that it really matters, just so I know which one it is. This is his face. And then this one is his body. Hey, Aunt Josephine. Welcome from California to our Chalk and Party Day. We're making an adorable little hedgehog guy tonight. Okay, so first thing I do is I write the name of the transfer on the back of it. And I do that because for two reasons. First off, it tells me which side is the back of the transfer paper, because I'm going to store it on the transfer paper. And the other thing it does is it makes cleanup very easy. When I wash my transfers and I go to put them back on their backer sheet, I can just say, oh, this is his body, oh, this is his face, versus trying to line up which piece is which size. It just makes cleanup much easier when you have a transfer that has multiple pieces. When it doesn't have multiple pieces, you can just write back on the back of it, but just something that tells you which side is the back. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to gently pull my transfer backer off of my transfer. It's easier to do it this way than to do it the opposite way. The reason I want to be careful with it is my transfer is super sticky, super sticky, and I don't want to risk it touching itself. If the back of the transfer adhesive touches itself, it's challenging to get apart, and when you pull it apart, you can also put a hole in your transfer or stretch your transfer. So you want to be careful with it once you take it off of the backer sheet, because it is super sticky. The next step I'm going to do, and I don't have to do a ton of this because I am using a Chalk Couture surface, is I'm going to fuzz. Fuzz is a fancy term for putting some lint on the back of your adhesive. By putting some lint on the back of your adhesive, it makes it not as sticky, so your transfer does not have to work as hard to get pulled off of the board. It makes your transfers last longer. So it's a wonderful step to do. I'm just again going to line up his face and make sure he's not centered, so I'm going to move him over a little bit more and get him where I want him. He is going to be adorable when he's done. Oh my goodness. So I thought he would be really cute on a t-shirt for a young person. Any nature lover that you have. He'd be super cute on a canvas bag, a journal. We did journals last night, but he'd be really cute on lots of different applications, I think. So we're making him tonight just the plain old, regular way that he was designed to be made. If you are in the Making Maria VIP group, what I do throughout the month is, as other designers and myself create things with this transfer, I do post pictures so that you can see other creative ways to use your transfer, because that is the beauty of it being able to be used more than once. You can just go on and on and on with different things to do with it. My phone, I'm sorry, I've lost you guys. My phone is no longer cooperating, so we're going to give up. So I am going to make his body storm, his face almond, and his little nose and cheek guava. And then the words I'm going to make guava as well. And now that I think about it, I think he might actually come with peony, not guava. I'm not 100% sure on that. So I should probably check what colors he really comes with before. But we're going to use guava for the purposes of our demonstration this evening. So when I push my transfer down, I just want to make sure it has no air. And the easiest way to do that is look at it at an angle and then move your finger up and down. If the silk screen is moving, so if you see movement, you know it's not stuck down, you have air, and you need to push that air out. Otherwise, what will happen is when you go to chalk over it, you will push the chalk with the air, and then the air gets underneath the transfer, and then you have what's called a bleed. Not a big deal when you're doing it on a chalkboard because it's super easy to clean up. But I'm giving up on my phone. All right, so I'm just going to dip and go. So I'm going to take my squeegee right in my chalk paste. I've loaded it up with chalk paste, and I'm going to go right across. Now, what I am going to do is it has these registration marks on it. I am going to chalk right over my registration marks. Oh my gosh, what's going to happen then when I pull up my transfer? Well, I'm going to wash them off because that's the beauty of chalk on a chalkboard. It comes right off. Now, if I was doing this on fabric, clearly I could not do that because I would not be able to wash it off. But then I put a piece of painter's tape down and I just do it on painter's tape. So what I do when I'm done with my squeegee is I just set it right on my lid. Okay, so I'm ready to pull my transfer, and I started in the corner, but I pull from the middle, and voila! Our little hedgehog guy has a body. I take my transfer, I stick it right in my water bath. I push it down in the water so that it gets wet. Once it's wet, it's no longer sticky. And I'm going to dry it. It'll be much easier for you to see when the paste is dry because it loses the shine. Just give it a quick dry. I'm going to try to get my comments back while I'm drying this quick. Okay, he's dry. Now when you're going to layer, you really want to make sure that your transfer is dry in between layers. Otherwise, what happens is, there we go. I'm going to get you guys back. Whew, there we go. Otherwise, what happens is when you go to chalk, you'll pull up the paste. So I did get a little bit of chalk where I did not want it. So I'm simply going to wash it off. Love chalk. Okay, so what I have right now is I have a very funny looking hedgehog, right? I have his body, and then I have 2 registration marks. Okay, I'm good and dry, making sure that I'm dry. And I'm going to put down his face. And I'm going to line up the registration marks so that I get him lined up where I want him. Now this time, I'm going to fuzz more because I am layering a transfer. I'm going to put the adhesive over the chalk that I just put down. And I don't want that adhesive to pull up the transfer. So I'm going to make it less sticky by adding fuzz to it. So again, I don't want to take my transfer off this way. In a smaller transfer, it's not as big of a deal, but in a bigger transfer, it definitely makes a difference. I'm going to pull the backer sheet off of my transfer instead. I'm going to stick it to my fuzzing towel and pick up that lint. And I should know this from last night. My fuzzing towel is out of fuzz. I know, hard to believe, right? I have fuzzed so many times, I need to wash it so it gets fuzz back on it. Isn't that funny? I think you can actually fuzz a towel out of fuzz. So I'm just going to stick them to my sweater instead. So you don't need a fuzzing towel. It's lovely to have because it's perfect size for our transfers, but I'm just getting them a little fuzzy. And now I'm going to just truly use those registration marks to line them up. And I'm just, it's a bullseye or a crosshair, right? Crosshair? Crossbow? Something like that. So it's very easy to line him up because you just want to, I did not chalk the top one all the way, so it is a little more challenging when you don't put all the chalk down. But you just line them up, and it's super easy to do because it's almost like it comes into focus. You'll know exactly when you've hit the mark. And I did not do it that time. I'm making this look way harder than it really is because it's really not this hard. There we go. There we go. Now he's done. Okay. So notice I'm not going to push really hard down on this part because again that's where that adhesive is and I don't want it to pull that chalk off. But if you can see in that little hole, you can see the bullseye or the crosshair. So you've got the crosshair, they've lined up, so now we are good to go. I'm just going to reuse the same squeegee that I used to do his body. I'm just going to take a wipe, a paper towel, a towel, chalk washes off so you don't have to be worried about it. Like I'm not worried about it being on my sweater because it's going to come right off when I wash my sweater. But I'm just going to clean up my squeegee real quick and then I'm going to do his little face. Oops, and I probably should have done what I just did. I redid the bullseye marks, so we'll see. This color might be hard to see. I'm going to smooth out my lines, make sure I don't have a lot of lines. I am not, when I'm pushing down, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on. You don't need a lot of pressure. You just need it smooth. Okay, look at his little face is not that easy to see. It will when it dries, because it's going to dry down here. We're going to dry him off. Oh, okay, now he's cute. Look at how cute he got suddenly. Again, I'm just going to really make sure he's dry because I'm going to layer one more color over him. Okay. So you can see I've still got my registration marks and I've got a cute little hedgehog guy. So now what I'm going to do is, where's his nose? There's his nose and his cheek. Again, I'm going to fuzz, 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 and fuzz some more. I'm just going to stick it right to my sweater. Super easy to fuzz. Just makes it not so sticky. And this one, when you look at this piece, it has a lot of transfer. Just two little holes that we're chalking. But there's a lot of transfer space, so there's a lot of sticky part to it. So you really want to make sure that you fuzz it well so that you don't pull that chalk up. But this little hedgehog guy is super cute. Hey, Michaela, welcome to our chalking party. Okay, so again, I'm just going to line up my registration marks just like I did for the last one. And my cheek and my nose will be in the right spot. And I'm just going to push down my nose and my cheek. I don't need to push the rest of the transfer down because I don't want to apply too much pressure to it, because the more pressure I apply to it, the more likelihood I have of pulling that chalk off. So again, I just take my squeegee and I wash it off. You don't need a ton of squeegees. You can definitely have them, but you can just keep wiping the same squeegee off. Okay, now this time I don't need to do my registration marks. I just need to do my nose and my cheek. That's it. Okay, so I just squeegee them, make sure I have no lines, and carefully pull him off. Oh, he's cute. Oh my, he's gonna make a really cute t-shirt, I think. All right, so now I can get rid of my registration marks. So I just take my wipe and I just wash them right off. And voila, we have an adorable little hedgehog guy. Look how cute he is. Okay, all we got left to do is our words. Hey, Melissa from Canada. Welcome to our talking party. Okay, last thing we got is our words, which is looking sharp. My hedgehog is crooked. Right? He's crooked. Learn from my mistakes, people. Always know which direction your top is at. So I'm going to finish him for demonstration purposes. He is adorable. He is so stinking cute. He's just fun. He's whimsical, right? And every once in a while the Chalk Couture, the Club Couture transfers are whimsical. Sometimes they're a piece of home decor. Sometimes they're holiday. Sometimes they're seasonal. So I'm just going to fuzz my looking sharp and stick it right underneath him. Now when you're doing it, be smarter and make sure you're paying attention to where your hanger is. I do this all the time. I kind of have a reputation for not paying that much attention to where my hanger is. But that is the beauty of chalk, is it washes off and I can totally redo it. So now I'm just going to do my little words in guava again. So I just go whoop, right across. Super simple and easy to do. Just go right across Again, make sure I have no lines. And just pull it off carefully, gently. I love the Looking Sharp. It might be my favorite piece of the, oh, look it out. It is. I think the Looking Sharp is my favorite part of the transfer because I think it's so versatile to use with other transfers. I think it'll have lots of really, and I'll show you here quick some other things that you can use Looking Sharp with. So I'm just wiping off my squeegee, setting it aside. I'm just going to take my lids and just gently place them over. So while I'm showing you other things, my chalk doesn't dry out. I'm going to give my Looking Sharp a quick little dry so I don't stick my finger in it. And then I'm going to show you our cute little Looking Sharp guy. Okay, he is cute. I don't care what anybody says about him. He is adorable. So I think, obviously with younger people, he has a ton of appeal. But I think you get a nature lover. This week's a really nice gift, our little hedgehog guy. I think he'd be really cute on a t-shirt for even a backpack, a canvas bag, something like that. A pillow. The Looking Sharp, I think, would be super cool on a mirror. Just because you could put just the Looking Sharp on. You don't have to do the hedgehog. So that was one of my thoughts, was doing the Looking Sharp on a mirror. Then the other thought I had was taking him and using him with some of the other club transfers. So for those of you who are members of the club, you have these transfers. So the sunglasses from Hello Summer, I think. So Hello Summer was, I want to say this was June's. Must have been June's. Yeah, summer started in June. And it came with these really cool sunglasses that had palm trees in them. You don't have to do the insert of the sunglasses or the palm trees, but you could totally. So I think if you did the sunglasses with Looking Sharp, that would be super cool on a t-shirt. So I think this one really bodes well for ink. I would probably do the majority of this one with ink. But the Looking Sharp on a mirror, I think would be so cool. It would also be cool on like the back of a hairbrush or a handheld mirror. In a kid's locker, you know, if you could put a mirror in their locker, like a magnetized mirror. You know, it's just something to give them that little pick-me-up in their day, especially, you know, when they're going to middle school, and middle school is not always so much fun. I have one going to middle school, so I can empathize with middle school is not always fun. But this is our super cute little Club Couture transfer for August. Looking Sharp. I am in love with this little hedgehog. I'm gonna have to, you know, totally think of all the different ways that I can use him. So, as you ladies get your, and gentlemen, as you get your transfers in the mail, you current club members, tell me, what do you think? Show us pictures. What are you going to make with it? What are you thinking about doing with your cute and adorable little hedgehog guy? Because I think he's super cute. I keep saying that. I feel like a broken record, but I really do think he's super cute. So I'm Making Maria. I'm your independent Chalk Couture designer. Tomorrow is Wednesday, and we whip something up. So we're going to whip up a project tomorrow. Thursday is Thankful Thursday. So we are going to, we always play games and give things away on Thursday. If our video gets sent out into the Facebook world 10 times, then we play games and we give fun stuff away. And then Friday, I probably won't make a video this week because we're having out-of-town company. So that's what I got for you this week. If you are interested in checking out any of these amazing, amazing products, www.chalkcouture.com/makeitmaria is where you can see them. And if you want information about the club, just comment club, and I'd be happy to get you that information. But it's just like, you know, that little guarantee every month of a package arriving in the mail that gives you some fun, something to do, a little bit of me time, right? We all need that little bit of me time. And I don't want to have to think about it. I don't want to, you buy one surface, you go wash it off every month, and you get to play, and you get to relax and have fun. It's just that one little moment that you can be guaranteed every month, and hopefully you have more than one little moment, but it is kind of that nice little chance you have to know something is coming in the mail for you. It was kind of funny to use a side story here. My son got mail today. He's like, I never get mail. I'm like, I know, and he never, ever. This is my one kid that never, ever gets mail. And I'm like, I know, isn't it fun? He's like, I don't even pay any attention to the mail. Well, if you had a cute little project like this coming in the mail every month, it's so much more fun than the junk mail that comes in our mailboxes, right? And the bills. It's just something adorable and cute to play with. I'm rambling. I'm Make Maria. I'm your independent Chalk Couture designer. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you so much for sending my video out into the world. I greatly appreciate it. Tomorrow night's project is going to be cool, so I will be back at you tomorrow night about 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, and we will whip up something really cool. Have a lovely night, and I will see you all soon. Thanks so much for watching me. See ya, guys. Have a good night.